friends, here's the deal. I feel like I can call you friends now. We've been talking for a little bit. So I intended to talk this week about my advice to married people as a single person. In fact, I filmed 2 videos. But it just, no thoughts were really coming together. While it is important as a content creator to have a plan and, we're not just winging it every second. I'm just really committed to sharing the things that God has put on my heart to share. And it felt like I was trying to make something happen with this series on singleness and nothing was happening. So, 3rd time's a charm, right? It's been a really hard week for me. And we are in the middle of a fast as a church to start off this new year, 21-day fast. We're in the last week of it. And I have no doubt that is part of what's playing into my mood. I have a lot of things on my plate right now. But it's interesting because I don't really have that many more things on my plate now than I did 2 months ago. And I actually had a conversation with my pastor at that time, and we were listing out all the different things. And I literally said to her, I don't feel like it's too much on my plate because everything that's there, I really believe that God has put there. And so though my plate feels really full, I feel really energized and really excited by it. It might seem overwhelming when I list it all out, but I was sleeping well, I was eating well, I was getting my tasks done, feeling energetic, excited about all the things, doing all the tasks, not falling behind, and just really energized with all the things that God had kind of laid in front of me to do. And I'm just feeling weary right now. And what often happens with me that I have discovered in this time of adventuring with Jesus is that I think the enemy gets really good at knowing who we are and gets really good at kind of figuring out the specific strategies to get us off track and to get us off focus. And the thing is that those look very different for each one of us. Just like God speaks to us very differently, the enemy also knows us individually and personally and knows what specific hooks that he needs to put in your life to get you off track just enough. Just being able to skew your focus just enough to where you're off track, right? And I think about in the military or in those survival sorts of things, being on the right track, maybe even in an airline pilot, right? There is a huge difference between going straight and going this way. And just that couple of degrees of difference lands you in a completely different location. Not your destination, not where you intended to be, and very possibly in enemy territory. It's so subtle, right? You don't necessarily realize it would feel a 90-degree turn in the road. You don't necessarily feel the 1 or 2 degree turn in the road. And that's what he uses. And I've been realizing this week as I've just been feeling my emotions are right at the surface. And for me, as an Enneagram 1, go-to emotion is anger. Not horrible throw-down screaming anger. Just that slow burn, that slow simmer, that irritation with everybody and everything. And that's just where I've been living the last 2 weeks, if I'm being really honest, is in that just place of negativity and irritated with everything. Realizing that I think that I've just gotten a little bit off course. But I can just get really distracted with oh, am I supposed to be doing this? Or am I supposed to be doing this? Or am I supposed to be doing this? That for me is the 1 or 2 degree turn. When I cannot figure out which good thing I'm supposed to be giving my attention to, I can't figure out what is the priority, I just start spinning. And it's kind of like I'm a kid, like, oh, look, all the shinies, all the pretties, all the things. I want to do all the things. I just get stuck because I'm just sitting there like looking at all the things to do, all the amazing things that God is setting before me, and I just don't move. I just stay still because I can't figure out which direction. I don't want to get off track. I just stay still. And then I don't do anything. So we've been on this fast for 21 days. And I've been fasting TV. And I watch a lot of TV. Like a lot. Like an embarrassing amount of a lot of TV. And I had this grand plan that I was going to have all this time to spend in the Word and to read and to get some of these things done that have been okay being on the back burner but now need to come to the front burner. And I have been spending more time in the Word, and that's been really good. But I just find other things to fill my time with. And I realize now that that's probably part of why I've been so irritable and irritated. Because I intentioned to use this time for something, and I'm just letting the time slip away because I can't figure out what thing I need to be focused on. And then I just get like all confused, and next thing I know, it's like time to go to bed. And I didn't do anything. I don't even know what I'm spending my time doing. If I were to be honest with myself and look back and say, what have you done this week? You have not watched TV, so I know I had at least a handful of hours. I'm being conservative. Like, what have you done with your time, Matina? I haven't done anything with it. And then I look and I'm, excuse my language, but I'm pretty darn pissed off this week. Just irritable. Getting irritated at stupid things. Not being a great coworker. Not being a super kind person to people. Maybe not always in my words, but definitely in my thoughts. Calling myself out. Attitude is everything. I know that's probably a cliche thing and on some mug somewhere, but it is. I've just been in a pretty foul mood. And I don't like myself when I'm in that mood, which then makes me not want to be super productive because I'm just irritated with myself too, and down, and just want to do all the self-soothing, make myself feel better. But oh wait, my big thing to make myself feel better is TV, which I'm not doing. So today, I am reclaiming my week. I'm reclaiming my mood, because though I don't have control over all of my circumstances, and there are still going to be things that irritate me, I can choose to not let myself get off track. And I can choose to take my thoughts captive, submit them to the Lord, draw a line in the sand, and say no more. I'm getting my joy back. I'm getting my joy back. Is there something that you're letting control you that you really need to let go of and reclaim? Do it. Do it. Let's do this together. Please make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss any of my rambling thoughts. Click the notification bell because that will tell you every time I release new videos. I will come back to my thoughts for marrieds from a single person. But I'm also just super committed on this channel to speaking what God has put on my heart. The things that I'm walking through. What it means to me to adventure with Jesus, and that means to be simply authentic with you. Come on back.